All right, guys, we're going to be jumping into this MotoStars video. This is a relatively new one. There's going to be some crashes and close calls. Now, this is an educational channel. I like to have a little fun with it. So that guy's dead. Just kidding. What we go over is the plan method, okay? So we talk about how to position for safety, locate hazardous situations. So you're going to hear me say open lane pattern inside of the vehicle and a few other things. We're going to assess if they're relevant threats, and then we're going to learn how to navigate these active ones. Now, the whole point of watching people crash and have close calls isn't to like make fun of and get angry about it, but the goal is to utilize our mirror neurons and watch what happens and be like, oh, I think I could do something different. That's a learning moment. So let's go ahead and focus on that. Let's go ahead and take a look at this.
Focuses and how it
Real quick, what's a learning moment here? We have sun in our eyes. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult to see road traffic and even potholes or road surface hazards. So remember, our major skill sets here is emergency swerving, emergency braking, emergency acceleration. Emergency braking to hopefully buy ourselves some time so that we can choose to accelerate out and find an escape path or swerve out of the way. Emergency swerving to avoid road surface hazards and other vehicles on the road, and emergency acceleration to get ourselves out of a situation, okay? To get ourselves out. So remember, we are looking for escape paths all the time.
with simple misunderstanding.
Take a look at here.
Group riding can lead to serious consequences.
Oh, there's, yeah. Group riding problem. So what can we learn from this? So maybe sun was in the eyes because we didn't see our turn, but we have a turn right here. Now, I wish you guys can see this a little bit better. So right here on his Google Maps, it says there's a sharp left turn that he needs to make, like that. So this is why I like to have my phone on my handlebars. There is a link in the description for Rockform, 20% off for you. It's an affiliate thing. I use Rockform, has a great magnet on it. I use the Pro mount, so I can have my phone right here. And then I also have, and this is the Pack Talk Pro. I mean, if you want to get the expensive one, that's cool. But if you're riding with a friend, get the Pack Talk Edge or the Spirit or the Freecom. There's a link in the description for that for 10% off. So you guys can communicate. That's a big thing. You can hear the GPS tell you, hey, we have a turn coming up. So make sure you have the notifications on your Google Maps. So these are all things that can help solve problems if you're not paying attention, because it seems like he wasn't paying attention. Now when it comes to the motorcycle skill set here, we're coming up to here. Watch the bike. See the bike's starting to do this. You see how the back end is to this way and the handlebars are straight? It's because he slammed that rear brake and that rear tire is sliding. We're starting to fishtail. It's starting to fishtail. So he panicked and slammed the brakes. Now, if you ever get into this situation, it's like, I need to make this left-handed turn right now. Get that out of your mind all of a sudden. Go straight. Go ahead and miss the turn. And then come back. And tell everyone, hey, we missed the turn on your Pack Talks, right? Miss the turn. It's not worth slamming the brakes and possibly dropping the bike because you have loss of traction. Just miss the turn, come back. Now, you can tell your buddies, hey, turn, or hey, I'm missing the turn, we're supposed to turn left. Not a big deal. So once again, learning moment.
Serious consequences.
So now we got impacted by the buddy behind us not paying attention. We barely were paying attention. We figured out we need to turn left because we're the leader. We have the GPS. They're just following. Oh, crap. Why is he slowing down? I was looking off somewhere else. Boom, smack. And this is why, as smart riders, we acquire and use personal protective equipment just in case something bad happens so that we aren't going to damage our bodies as much. Okay? So he's in pain. That's not a fun thing.
Yeah.
These people are rescuing them. Very good. Very good.
Okay, safe, eh?
All right, GPS once again. Okay, looks like it's raining a little bit. Oh, you guys saw that? Did you guys see that on the ground? There it is. Saw the line in the road too late because of the positioning of the street light, went right over it. So the line, so he's riding in the rain. It's nighttime, vision problems. So this is the camera view, right? So you see the water spots on the camera. Imagine your face shield. It's going to have water spots. So it's going to be hard to see. The light's going to be refracting, which is what it's doing here. It's going to make it a little bit harder to see. It's nighttime, so it's even harder. So looking for road surface hazards is going to be a little bit harder to do. So how can you buy yourselves time to see things maybe a little bit sooner? Going a little bit slower. I always recommend going the speed limit. A lot of people like to go a little bit faster, max 5 miles over. And I'm scanning consistently. I'm locating hazardous situations and hazardous things and assessing any relevant threats. So here's the line that he went over right there. You see the line just a little bit right there. So as soon as he got into it, it caught, fell over. So try to avoid these. Try to stay off to the sides as best you can. Now it's a road repair. Sucks. And there's the crash. So this is why we wear gear, just in case. And these are things that car drivers don't have to deal with. As motorcycle riders, we have to be really aware of it. And I was driving my van a little while ago, and I was in the middle of left-handed turn on an intersection, and I still was visible to the road, and I found it was like a metal piece, and it obviously had like a nail sticking out, and I went around it. So you still have to scan these things even in a car, but these are skill sets that I learned as a motorcycle rider. Oh, that bike is destroyed.
Yeah.
It's probably totaled.
Yeah.
All right, left turners. Ooh, barely avoided, and we jumped off the bike. What is he wearing? Looks like he's on his way to a Antifa protest. Okay, interesting music choice. I like that. Anyways, coming up to here. So we see a left-hander. So intersections and corners are where most motorcycle riders crash. Now, this might be an e-bike, I don't know, but either way, it's a motorized two-wheeled vehicle, and we're on the road. So watching out for left turners is super important. So whenever I come up to an intersection, it's going to be that orange stage situation. If you don't know what we're talking about, orange stage right here, it's a concerning situation. So I'm covering the brakes, I'm rolling off the throttle just a little bit, dropping my miles per hour just a little bit. And when you do that, when you roll off the throttle, weight transfers to the front tire, so you have more traction on the front tire. So then if I do need to apply the brakes, I already have more traction. So right here, he's applying both brakes, okay? It looks like it's an e-bike. So he's applying both brakes, and that's going to slow him down. It's going to buy him some time, so hopefully the vehicle makes it through. And he did that, but then he lost traction on that rear brake. So that's why the back end slid out. So he slammed a lot of it. So when we talk about progressive braking, it's very important that you don't give it too much too quick. You give it enough, and then more and more and more and more and more when the tires actually grab traction. But the rear tire tends to slide out because like I said, most of the weight goes to the front tire when you're applying deceleration. So that rear tire basically lifts, I'm exaggerating, but the rear tire basically lifts up just a little bit. You get more braking power on that front. So you really want to focus on your right hand. And he fell off the bike. And I don't know if that's his head, because he did that, but this is why we wear helmets. All right, we're riding through here, going pretty fast once again. GPS is going to tell you where the road curves are happening.
In this case, excessive speed was the main reason.
Excessive speed, yeah. 130, 140 kilometers an hour, probably.
The way he did.
Ooh, he started going wide on that turn. So when you go super fast, the bike wants to go straight. And then when we have turns in the road, guess what? If the bike wants to go straight and there's a turn in the road, you're going to go off. So you really have to learn how to maneuver the bike and steer the bike and use your vision to get yourself through things. And then this one's probably going to go wide. Yep, there it is. Thankfully, he was able to apply the brakes and that vehicle did not hit him. But when I talk about looking for signage, the chevrons indicate that it's a sharp turn.
The way he did.
So you see that right now. So at this point, when you see that signage and it's a blind curve because our line of sight is broken, slow down right here while we're still straight. Don't try to make this turn quick. Slow it down and then make the turn at your skill level. And a lot of people overestimate their skill level. So if you think you could do it, slow down even more. Okay. Well, if we're not speeding, going in and out of your lane is not a big deal.
Oh my God!
If you have time to say, oh my gosh, the day after buying my practically brand new CBR 1K, I went on a quick ride to start feeling the bike out. Okay. Well, we shouldn't be speeding too much. Oh, that looks painful. The bike is done. He's not happy.
Oh.
So the cop must have caught that. That's interesting. Let's go back just a little bit. So It's okay to go in and out of your lane like that. I like to do that every now and then, not in an area like this, but like on a road that has less traffic. And that's me practicing my straight line weave at a higher speed. I like to do that. We're coming up to here. There's that side of the vehicle popping out. So when we talk about the plan method, we're in a position right now for safety. It's starting to become an issue because we've located a hazardous situation. Is it a relevant threat? It's in our lane. So we have to navigate this. How do we navigate it? Those three things that I talked about. Mercy braking, mercy swerving, or emergency acceleration. At this point, let's do some braking. Let's buy ourselves some time to see what they're going to do. Are they going to be in our lane or this lane? I don't know. Let's buy ourselves some time with some braking. And then when we get closer, we can make a choice on either stopping, which is going to be kind of hard at higher speed, or swerve and accelerate. So we're going to swerve out of the way and then maybe accelerate out of the way. So let's take a look. Get up to here. He decides to swerve left. Okay. If we were going super fast, I could see how we have to use swerve. If we were going the regular speed, we could have probably just slowed down enough to get behind this vehicle. Let's say they stayed in our lane. We can get behind the vehicle. Not a big deal. But he chose swerving and maintaining his speed. We need to know what these people are going to do before we make a truly big action like that.
Oh my God!
And if we are going to swerve, swerve. You see that they're crossing that line. At this point, a regular swerve into this lane is not going to solve the problem because they're going to be in that lane. So position for safety, once again, we located another hazardous situation. We're in a brand new spot. Relevant threat, yes, it's in our lane. Active threat, we have to swerve even more. So we're going to have to swerve towards the line and get ourselves out of there.
Oh my God!
So at the end of the day, what's the one thing that we could have put ourselves in a better position? Slowing it down when there's a lot of traffic here. We were definitely going over the flow of traffic. And the reason why I say that is because look how fast we're going. The reason why he has that there is not just because there's a cop, it's because he wants to blur his speedo. We're accelerating. We're definitely going faster than the speed limit here. And then here, we got ourselves into trouble. So slow it down. When somebody pulls out, it's easy just to apply the brakes and let them in. It's usually a close call or not a big deal at all. And we don't have to deal with this. All right. So we're on the shoulder for some reason. Nice head check. I love that. Accelerate a little too fast. If you have a really powerful bike, especially a sport bike, that can happen. So practice not accelerating that fast. Okay. Oh, he's leaking. He's leaking. His phone fell off his RAM mount. Get yourself a rock form. It locks right in. Link in the description for that.
Bumps in the road nearly caused a major problem.
Okay.
For this rider,
Sharp left
but
turn
he
because the
kept his cool and
signage.
somehow managed to save it.
So the expansion joints on these bridges, watch out for those bumps, especially on these turns. So it's really good to go slower on the bridge. And then once it's straight up, then accelerate to merge. Yeah. Road surface hazards, a big problem. Yeah, the expansion joints. Yep. Slow it down. Roll off the throttle. Good job rolling off the throttle. Hopefully it keeps it up. Roll off the throttle. Keep turning, keep turning, keep turning. Keep turning, keep turning. Got very lucky. So he was about to crash into the guardrail. Right here. Last second. So if there was more guardrail, he would have crashed into the guardrail. So roll off the throttle, keep looking at the lane that you're supposed to be in, and then turn into it. But roll off the throttle. Because speeding up, like I said, will push you to the outside. If you roll off the throttle, it's going to bring you closer to the inside. All right, having some fun in a parking lot. Guys, once again, this is a great parking lot for the Smart Rider Games. Grab a booklet. He's having fun in there. That's fine. He's not hitting anybody. He's just hurting some asphalt. Good job lifting your bike. If you get the Smart Rider Games booklet, you get the actual Smart Rider Training Drills booklet with it, and you get the updated digital version of 24 drills in a parking lot. So we're on track here. This is where you practice your high-speed maneuvers. That guy... So this guy went a little wide, the one way up there, and went back on the track, and then we collided with him. Unfortunate. Definitely a mistake for everybody. This is why we do it at a track, though. Okay, once again, nighttime riding, look at the hazards. We can't see past the headlight. And so when I say don't ride faster than your headlight, a lot of people are like, well, you can't ride faster than the speed of light. Well, it's like, no, what I'm talking about is that this is your visibility. All of this. This is all you can see. You don't know what's over here. Okay? So feet per second speed. So if you're going fast and your reaction time is, say, it typically is a second and a half to perceive and react. So it's about 2.5, 3 seconds to finally make an action of like braking or swerving or everything. If you can get to this line in a second, well, that means you're going to react way up here when the hazard's already hit you. So either adjust your headlights or ride with high beams so you can see further. So don't ride faster than you can react within your visibility.
Here is another situation where speed was the main cause of the fall. Fortunately, it only resulted in a minor damage to the bike.
Okay, good job slowing it down right here, but ooh, I wonder if there's oil on the road. I wonder if there's oil on the road or something, because that was interesting, because he was going okay. His speed wasn't
Damage to
crazy.
the
He was
bike.
actually slowing down right here. Yeah, looks like there's some discoloration there. Damn, that sucks. Hard to see that at night. Once again, got to wear gear just in case. That's the whole point of this. We're trying to find everything, but just in case. Damn, that sucks. These are just hazards that motorcycle riders have to deal with, and car drivers don't have to deal with it. It's frustrating.
That cannot be good. Oh, that's very bad.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
And it sucks because his wallpaper is his bike, and his bike is destroyed now. Almost got deleted by a semi that blows a very red light. Okay, so it's red light for us. Okay, let's see how very red it is. So is he gonna just gun it once it turns green? Because then it's not very red. It's just a red. Okay. Okay. So it's red for us. I can't see the. Okay, as soon as it turned green, we go. Guys, green does not mean go. It gives you permission to go. You still have to take personal responsibility. You need to look both ways. He's looking at the lights so he can go. And look at where my head is. You see that vehicle? It's blocking your line of sight. So creep up to see what's around that before you head into the intersection. He didn't even look. Now he looks. Look while you're going, or look before you go. The semi probably couldn't stop in time. Yeah, green lights are suggestions. All right, so we're riding through here. We're gonna accelerate super fast. Watch out for any traffic pulling out like that. So parking lots, just like intersections, I mean, parking lots have tons of intersections. That's basically what they are. It's just a big lot of intersections. People coming in and out, not a big deal. But that gives you that practice of watching out for the side of the vehicle. It's hard to see here because of the trees. I don't know why they have trees there. It's a terrible spot. It's blocking everybody's view. I think this complex needs to get rid of those trees. Put them further out. Because right here, you can't see the poking of the side of the vehicle. But good job right there, though. Good job right there with the progressive braking. He perceived it, reacted really quickly with the braking, and was able to stop in time. It didn't dump the bike, didn't lose traction. So really good with that front brake squeeze. So that was good. Finally we got some good people doing some stuff. All right, we're out on a track. Once again, this is where you practice your high. Oh, he did a little low side. Trying to avoid our buddy. Good job braking, but a little too much. And we went up and over. So it's gonna be high impact for the both of us. Not a good thing. And we do need a thumbnail. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that real quick. So just like, so tracks are closed courses to practice your high-speed maneuvers. with the games, it's a closed court. You do it in a parking lot or in an area that's like a dead end in a neighborhood. It's a closed course to practice your slow speed maneuvers. Slow speed versus high speed. That's it. You're going to get better on your bike no matter what.
Example of how unnecessary and pointless raw aggression really is.
Okay, so we talked before the stream about mental health, emotional regulation. If you're pissed off and you're riding, any inconvenience is going to take you to another level. If you're riding in a good mindset, it's like, whatever. Whatever. My life's good. This person's having a tough time. Maybe they have to go real quick to get home or go to this first place because they have to take a dump really bad. I don't know. I like to make up fun things like that. It's like you must have had to take a poop.
Just this. Yeah.
I don't care. Ooh. Driver emerged from freeway speed into traffic while I attempted to lane split. Okay, lane splitting has its inherent hazards, guys. You're going to run into issues like this. Okay, so let's take a look and see what happens. Good job braking. Good job braking. And that's perfectly fine for that person to do it. I mean, look, there's no double solid. So they did the right thing, right? So for us, if we see this and we see that the double solid, let's go back just a little bit more, disappears. So it's a slotted line so they can switch. Okay, it's not going to show it. Normally it's a double slotted. We'll see that coming up. They switched over. Not a big deal. So once you see it goes from the solid lines to the slotted lines, anticipate people coming in and out. Just anticipate that. So you're perceiving this. So they switched over. They saw the gap. And now it's the double. Now it's the solid lines. This is when people aren't supposed to switch in and out. Now they still do. They still do, but truly anticipate it when it's the legal thing to do. Okay, so good job with the progressive braking though. Very good job with the progressive braking. It's like walking in the road. That was interesting. Oh, that's me trying to get on a tall bike. Oh no! I did this this week. I said it before the stream. My leg got caught on something, my pant leg, and I fell over. It's embarrassing. Even I do it. Rookie mistake. But he's picking it up the correct way. Get it from behind and lift it up this way. I wonder if his leg got caught on something like me. I was riding at the bottom of a trooper's lane in Carrick at a green light when a white van driver just missed me. Okay, once again, green lights give you the option to start going, look both ways. Don't just rush into it. Let's see what happens. Okay, just turned green for us. Look both ways. Look both ways. We're not even looking. You gotta look. You gotta look. I don't trust people. Okay, you gotta look. Please, this is what I'm saying. We're learning from other people. We're learning. Got very lucky on that. And it wasn't even that close. All right, position for safety. This is a great example here, okay? I don't like being right behind the vehicle. Okay, be off to the side. Now this side, I'm gonna mention it because this is a position for safety. Or this side. Okay, so now I have a choice. This is an automatic no for me. Automatic no. I'm not going to be behind him because my line of sight is broken. I can't see what's ahead of this vehicle unless I look through their little front, like they're back in the front windshield. Okay, I can't see. What's this? I can't see. So I'm not going to be behind him. Now, I have two options now, off to the left or off to the right. Now, off to the left, yes, I can see, right? I can see ahead. And it's also an escape, but the escape is really difficult, and it's going to be hard with this median. So, out of these two options, left or right, I'm going to pick the right. I'm going to get rid of this one. I do process of elimination over this. So you can try going over. Yeah, you could do that. This one, same thing. I can see past. This is also an escape because I can lane split. In case this person slams the brakes and I can't stop in time, I can lane split. And also, if there is a gap to the right, I can swerve into the right lane. So it gives me 2 escape options. I have good line of sight ahead of that person. And if my space cushion has to be this small with this person, if I'm off to the side, technically with that escape path, my space cushion is the whole middle of everything, and I'm off in space. So technically, I have a good space cushion, great line of sight, and I have 2 escape paths. And when I say line of sight, what I'm trying to do is if the person in front of this person slams the brakes, or applies brakes, guess what this person's going to do? They're going to apply the brakes, probably about a second or 2 later. So if I see the person in front of this person right here apply the brakes, that gives me 2 to 3 to 4 seconds. 2 to 3 to 4 seconds to react and respond before this person does. So I'm responding to the person in front versus the person right in front of me. That gives me more time. That's why line of sight is so huge. So he switched over, that's very good, but I'd switch over more. And if I can't, what I'm doing is rolling off the throttle to increase my space cushion. Okay, letting them go at the flow of traffic. Let's say they're going 30, I'm going 30, we stay here. If they're going 30 and I'm going 25, they technically start taking off because I'm slowing down. And now my space cushion's better. I do this when driving too. So this is what I'm talking about. This is the line of sight, you see? This is the line of sight you get when you're off to the side. That's why I don't want to be behind. I'm off to the side. I can see ahead. Here's my escape right here just in case something happens. And I can also escape to the right if I need to. But I can see when the brake lights happen with this vehicle, I get so much more information because I could see a long stack of cars. I know that we're probably going to come to a stop. You know, so maybe I'm not going to accelerate super fast. Maybe I'm going to maintain. Maybe I'm going to keep myself in a position for safety. Okay. Then they switch over. So since we're not speeding, we can apply the brakes. Or switch over into the new escape. See what I mean? All right, here we go. Riding through a neighborhood. It's a great learning environment because you see how there's not a lot of traffic, but you still have some. Random person comes out, swerve, good swerve, found the escape. Imagine if he was going super fast. It even shows the kilometers per hour. So he's going 29 kilometers per hour at the moment he has to make a decision. I forgot the card that one of you guys sent me, and it did the conversion for me. Damn it, I left it at home. That's probably what, 15 miles an hour, roughly 15 miles per hour. Perfect speed in a neighborhood, especially if you're brand new and you're learning. 25 here in the United States is the max, or at least in Arizona. But 15 miles per hour, perfect, because that gave him enough time to do a slow speed swerve into that narrow gap. So good job on this person. Good job. Good job. Everyone's all over the place. All right, having some fun on some dirt roads. When in doubt, throttle out, especially in these little areas right here where there's little divots. Let's see what happens. He probably got caught. There it is. Yep. When in doubt, throttle out.
That isn't off.
Yeah. So if he's talking to his buddies on his cardo, he can tell them, hey, I just dumped the bike. He's probably talking.
Off. I saw that coming too.
Yeah. I want to go back a little bit. I want to see if he's going a little bit over flow of traffic because it sounds like he's going fast, but let's see.
That was a big off. I saw
that white car. Too. Let's see how fast he passes that white car. Okay, so he's going way faster than the flow of traffic. That's when you know that you're going too fast because most car drivers are going with the speed limit or at least the flow of traffic. Sometimes the speed limit is actually dangerous if the flow of traffic is going faster than the speed limit. If you're going the speed limit and everyone's going faster than you, there's a good chance that you can get hit. So flow of traffic is kind of like what I do when it comes to what speed I'm doing. If he's passing people way faster than the flow of traffic, he's going way too fast. Now that's also dangerous. Somebody merged into his lane. See, that's the thing is that if you're going too fast, they assume everyone's going the flow of traffic. They didn't see you, or at least they did. Maybe they did see you way back there, but then all of a sudden you won't. Now you're super close. They made a decision thinking that you were just going to stay back there at the flow when they switched lanes. They didn't anticipate you to come up super quick. That's where the danger comes when you're speeding. Perfect speed for this mountain, having a good time. I love this.
Pretty
You guys are
nice.
talking on your cardos, enjoying. Okay, we're slowing down. Maintain space cushion. See how we were going fast? We saw
Let's not hit
a
the
horse, a wild animal, very unpredictable, and was able to get around it. This is my kind of riding. I'm gonna watch it one more time. This is my kind of riding right here. So if I'm riding in the beautiful mountains, I don't want to speed through it. I want to enjoy.
Nice.
This is great. Talking to your friends, maybe listening to music, see a cool horse,
Let's not hit the horse.
not panic, and then move on. That's what I'm trying to do here. That's what I'm trying to do here when I'm riding. Enjoy the ride. Look at that. Look at that view. All right. 72 miles. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about, flow of traffic. Imagine if we like saw this person way back there. We're looking in our mirrors. I'm going to switch lanes. And then they go boom right there. That's what happens. Oh, so yeah, we were going 72. How fast do you think he's going? Write it in the comments. How fast do you think he's going? Always be vigilant. Okay. Side of the vehicle. So that's what I'm talking about right here. So when we're riding in a neighborhood, at least 120, 150. So side of the vehicle right here. This is what I'm talking about. Watch for that pattern. And by the pattern, I mean it's the side of the vehicle, not the front or the back of the vehicle, but the side of the vehicle. Side of the vehicle means they're going to go in front of you. Okay? So when it comes to positioning for safety and locating hazardous situations, we're locating these patterns and then seeing if it's a relevant threat. So we see that, slow it down. But they stopped in time, not a big deal. Rules of roundabout, okay. Don't worry about rev bombing, not a big deal. They come out, indicator equals right away, you know. So they switched lanes. So we talk about patterns, right? So this is an open lane pattern. This person does not want to be behind this slower person. They see this lane opening up, they switch over. We do that all the time. We do that all the time. We do our head checks and everything, we switch over. So if you see a line is going slow and there's an opportunity for someone to switch, they're more than likely going to do it. So if you know that might be the case and we're in the same lane, looks like he's already ready to do it, switching lanes, either do that or slow it down and let him in. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Now, once again, guys, grab yourself a slice of pizza. I hope you guys enjoy yourselves. But with that said, I hope to see you on the next live stream. Talk to you guys later.